Natalie, to answer your question about the red road, it's like shadow work. It's basically Native American going down the red road to just basically do your shadow work.
Yeah, it's as we talked, we were just talking to Bob about, you each develop your own analogies. Each tradition has developed its own dynamic, but all traditions have shadow work. And that's
Right.
that's the thing you don't realize, you think that you need to move totally into light shadow. Then you'll be good enough, right? You'll be pure. What's that word? You'll be pure. Well, as much as we hate to use this term, we think rainbow would be more appropriate.
So you're saying that the love becomes safe and can become more permanent if the shadow piece of self is owned.
Sure.
Otherwise,
because then you have the strength of the dynamic of shadow.
And shadow doesn't.
You can just as easily make the negative choice as you can the positive choice. But you know that the negative choice will lead to pain or difficulty or unfairness in a certain way. So you choose to make the light choice. It makes the light choice so much more powerful. And yet, sometimes, maybe here's a situation where in the lightness of your being, you have allowed yourself to be completely peaceful and completely open and therefore completely vulnerable, and something from the outside comes in and threatens that, and you got no dark shadow to protect yourself? Now, why would that happen? That would happen because you're too much in light shadow and you're not paying any attention to the dynamics of the solidity, because the solidity comes in the contrast. As Barry was saying a little while ago, you can't have love without fear, but you can.
Well, that's what I was trying to get to, is how to have the love without fear is to have the dark shadow within.
That's exactly right. What?
But love without fear is woo-woo. Oh, I'm so in love. There's nothing wrong. Everything's perfect.
Yeah, well, until the fox comes up and bites you in the ass with rabies, because you weren't paying attention.
Aren't we all searching for balance? I mean, that's what we're talking about, balance between the shadow and the light. And that's what we're searching for, is that balance.
Well, it's not just a balance. It's a third position.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, and it's a third position. Because you're holding, right. When you're, well, consider it this way. Consider that the dynamics of mostly the situation of your world is you are experiencing it in a dynamic of a quote-unquote linear timeline. And in the dynamic of that linear timeline, Adrian?
You have to be on one side or the other.
You have to be on one side or the other. But the truth of the dynamic is, if you really step back and objectively look at it, it's a mixture. It's a mixture of both the light and the dynamics of the dark.
Right.
When you can look at both, and this is the toughness of the exercise, is that when you can look at both simultaneously and bring that into your consciousness, you will find yourself rising to a third position that we call knowing.
Yeah.
And that dynamic of that third position of knowing will allow you to operate within this dynamic of this linear timeline with great fluidity, with great deal of grace and a great deal of elegance. Because what you are is, in the dynamic of knowing, you're in the dynamic of truth. Okay, so yeah, let's take it. Yes, you're right, absolutely. But let's take it the next step. Yes. And rise above into that third position. And it takes you out of the polarity. If Democrats could do it with Republicans and Republicans could do it with Democrats, oh my God, you'd have a unity. You'd have unity.
Yeah.
So, and we use that because that is that's so much of the dynamic that's going on right now. All right. All right. Good, 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 good. So, any questions?
Thank you.
Yes, we love you all so very, very much. Until the next time, we close. Sending you peace, sending you happiness, sending you joy.